Now, I'm not sure where this rumor is coming from. I'm not sure if this rumor is true. It's starting to grow some legs, and the old adage is that there's no smoke without fire. I guess it rings true here. A few people have done videos about it. I go onto forums. People that I respect are talking about it. So, you know, why not give it 5 minutes, right? So the rumor is obviously that Chris Eubank Jr., once his contract ends with the World Boxing Super Series, which will be at the end of the Callum Smith versus George Groves fight, will sign with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, somewhere he's been before and somewhere that it didn't quite work out, so he left. But that is the rumor. The rumor also adds that Chris Eubank Jr. will fight on the undercard of Joseph Parker, Dillian Whyte. Now, on my bullshit scale, bullshit being absolute rubbish, never going to happen, a 0. And okay, yep, I believe this is 100% true, a 10. This is a middle of the ground here. This is a 5-6. It's a 5-6. Chris Eubank Jr. has been out of the ring a long time, obviously since that awful performance against George Groves. He will probably want to get the ring rust off, which is fair. So I can understand how he might be tempted to go into an 8-round, maybe even a 6-round contest. 6 rounds is stupid, actually. 8-round contest just to get that ring rust off. He's always in the gym. I'm close friends with his, I don't know how to call it, his personal trainer, bodyguard, friend, who did tell me that there is a fight coming very soon. I honestly thought he meant September. I know that doesn't sound like very soon, but that's what I thought he meant. And you know what? The other thing is, if he is a reserve for Callum Smith, George Groves, and neither boxer gets injured, does he still fight? I don't know. Does he still fight? Because there was talk about him versus John Ryder. John Ryder did an interview with IFL TV and said he doesn't want that position because he doesn't want to do a 10-week camp and then George Groves or Callum Smith does get injured and then he doesn't fight Chris Eubank because Chris Eubank will obviously go and fight one of those. So I'm not sure how it's working with Chris Eubank. What I do know is that with his contract ending after that fight, he is a freelance fighter. He can go wherever he wants. And the money does seem to be with Eddie Hearn right now, right? Whether it be just fighting in the UK or that DAZN deal in the States. Him being added to the pay-per-view card, I guess, gives it a bit more name value. Chris Eubank still does have that. With Brooke pulling out, Chris Eubank filling in is quite nice. Will he sell a couple more pay-per-views? Probably. He does have a fan base. Trust me, he does have a fan base. Not a big one. I don't think it's as big as his ego or as big as he thinks, but he does have some sort of a fan base. But it's interesting, right? Him going back with Matchroom. Remember, it's somewhere he's been before. Eddie Hearn always used to complain how difficult it was to work with, not necessarily Chris Eubank, but Chris Eubank Sr. Because Eubank Sr. still looks at Eddie Hearn as though he's a small boy, and obviously Eddie Hearn isn't. So it'll be interesting to see if that can work, that dynamic can work. But you go where the money is. We saw Amir Khan, and that surprised a lot of people when Amir Khan went to Matchroom. So, look, you go where the money is, and the money right now does seem to be with Eddie Hearn. So it's interesting, right? But again, with my bullshit to, yep, this is 100% true, I'm a 6. I'm a 5-6, in fact, because I'm not sure of it. One thing that, and I'll probably do a video on this separately, Chris Eubank Jr. needs to get his ass down to 160. Sometimes, and this is completely separate from the video, but sometimes I wonder if he's made a decision based on how far he can get at 160, because 160 is full of monsters and 168 isn't. It's that simple. Yes, I know they're bigger, but I don't care if they're bigger. No one's going to tell me that the 168 guys are any better than the 160 guys. You look at 160, for example, and you've got Andrade, you've got Billy Joe Saunders, you've got Jacobs obviously taking on Derevchenko, GGG, Canelo, Charlo, maybe both of them soon. That's frightening. I mean, there is no route to an easy title there, whereas at 168 there is. There clearly is, and I wonder if that's the reason he's staying at 168. But that's a separate video. I'm going to talk about that more on a video that I might do today. But yeah, so that's the rumour really, that Chris Eubank Jr., Matchroom, Undercard, Whyte Parker, and possibly signing with Matchroom when his contract ends with the World Boxing Super Series. What do you guys think? Let me know. Peace.